guys, so I had to end the other video kind of abruptly because my phone overheated for one, and then another thing is my phone ran out of storage, so I had to delete a bunch of stuff from my phone. But I want to film everything all in one day. And the other video was longer than I thought it was going to be. But basically what I was saying was that, like, if I were on break and the phone rang and I had to answer it to help a patient, like, that would take a few minutes, then the phone would ring again, and I would help somebody else. Phone would ring again, I'll help someone else. Finally, phone stopped ringing. I think, yay, I can go finish my lunch. No, the doctor's gonna hard ask me to do stuff. And before I have time to go sign out again, like, I'm already eating into my break time. And then, when I finally have a chance to, like, go eat food again, the next patient is here. So I have to sign back in for lunch. And sometimes I wouldn't even get a chance to, like, finish my food. So as soon as things opened up back again and I was able to go and eat in places, that's what I started to do as, like, a form of self-care, just to, like, have a break, because it's like I shouldn't be forced to work when I'm on break. And for people who are saying, oh, have you tried talking to your employer about these issues? Have you tried bringing these up? Yes, I have. I brought these issues up in various meetings. I've had conversations with her about these things, and she would say, okay, and then it becomes a conversation again, or it happens again, or it just keeps getting worse and worse and worse. And I just could not do it. I just can't allow my boundaries to be crossed. And I'm really pissed off that her and her consultant continues pressuring, costing me a huge opportunity that I would never get back. After I signed a whole ass contract, agreeing to take that day off, no one, and I mean absolutely no one, should have said a goddamn thing to me since. Nobody should have said shit to me on Monday. Nobody should have texted me when I got home. Nobody should have texted me before I got to work. Nobody should have said shit to me on Tuesday. But once I said that I was unavailable on that day and I signed a whole ass contract agreeing to her take that day off, they should have just said okay and left it at that. And I'm really mad that they pressured me so much and it cost me such a huge opportunity, and just like, like, I just can't go there. And it's like, I really hate how they were trying to make me feel like if I didn't make that sacrifice, I would be being a bad employee and not a team player or whatever. But they weren't being a team player to me, so, fuck them. And they're like, I came there the earliest before anybody else. Even when I live over 40 minutes to like an hour a day, I was still like the first one there, even though the doctor literally lives within about 10 minutes or less away from her office. And she was always late. It was so bad that, like, she would be so late at times that, like, patients would end up leaving and rescheduling and getting mad because she wasn't there. And oftentimes it will, like, set us back because we don't have time to open the office and set everything up for the day. And if she's getting there with just like a few minutes to spare before the first patient, it just really fucked up the day. And so she gave me the key because she was like, oh, well, you have the best attendance in the history of everybody here. You're always here on time. You're always here early. I can count on you. So, when you get here early, you can just go in, and if somebody else is here with you, you can let them in and you can turn everything on and get everything set for the day. And by the time I get there, everything should be prepared for the first patient. she would get it on the hygienist because the hygienist would come in late sometimes. But then she would be like, okay, well, but every time I came here early, the doctor wouldn't be here. And I would just be waiting. And she knows I'm coming from a far distance. And then the doctor would tell her, like, no, that's not an excuse because Ellen lives further away than you do and she's always here first. And she's like, okay, well, I have 4 kids and there's all the stuff I have to do at home. And she just, like, would be on her about that. And then the hygienist, she'd just be like, well, how's she gonna get on me about my time when a lot of times I'm here before she is? Or, like, she's never on time herself. Like, how's she gonna try and force that on me? Like, what? And I don't know, like, it's the boundaries for me. Like, boundaries matter throughout all relationships. It doesn't matter if it's between your parents, if it's between an employer, a coworker, your significant other, or whoever. Like, if you state clear boundaries, they should be honored and they should be respected, and just know. The fact that they were trying to pressure me, make it seem like I would be a bad team member, is just like really ironic because I was there first before anybody else, even before the doctor most of the time. Even when I used to live super far away compared to everybody else. Even before I moved back, before I moved to the city recently. And one time I literally came to work when I was dehydrated. And I really should not have been at work. Like, I probably needed an IV at this point. But I came in because it was a really busy Thursday, and one assistant I knew wasn't going to be there in the front, and the other assistant, I knew she would be responsible for managing the front and the back. And, you know, it's a crazy stressful day, and I just didn't want her to go through that. So I had my boyfriend stop at Jewel on the way to work, and I just had a bottle of Pedialyte because I was so dehydrated, and I had went days without eating food or water. And the doctor had the nerve to say to me, well, why are you drinking Pedialyte? I'm like, because I'm dehydrated. How are you dehydrated when you drink so much water? I'm like, I literally puke water. My body has been rejecting all food and water for the past few days. And this was on a Thursday. I was like, I have not been able to eat a solid meal since Saturday afternoon. If I try and eat crackers, I cough up cracker dust. I tried to drink water the night before because I was so thirsty and so sick of not drinking anything. And we had the heat on, so it like made my system drier. I drank water, literally a few sips. I could not even make it to the bathroom, and I started puking water. And my boyfriend had to physically come in the room and pick me up and take me to the bathroom where I can finish up chugging literal water. And after I was done with that, I was dry heaving. Like, if I breathed too hard, I would dry heave. Like, it was rough. And this is a symptom of my period. Like, what? What do you mean, why am I dehydrated? Like, oh, but you literally drink so much water. Like, I literally puke water. My body has literally been rejecting it. But I decided to come in to try and help alleviate stress for my coworkers. Not to help her, because, well, to be honest, fuck her, because this is the way she's been treating everybody. I did that out of care and compassion for my fellow coworkers, so that it wouldn't be as bad on them. But it's not my business, it's not my place to put myself out there at risk because my employer doesn't have enough people to cover everything, when she could just hire a temp to come in from like Cloud Dentistry or whatever. And then there's like dental agencies that specifically work with dentists. So yeah, like, so for her to try and treat me like I wouldn't be a good team player for missing out on this one day for this one meeting was just like, it was so gross. There were so many times where I would literally not get a lunch break because the office would be so busy and nobody would be in front, and I would have to manage both the laboratories that she was in, plus the hygienist and assist her, plus the front, plus sterilization, and there would be no breaks in between. I would not get a break, and then she would have the nerve to be like, why didn't you take a break? I didn't have time to. I was assisting you all day. It's like, well, if they audit me and they see that you're not taking breaks, then like I'm gonna get in trouble. And you need to take breaks. And then when I do, I get called in from lunch break to literally go hold gauze. Like, what was the reason? Like, what? I cannot. And she has said awful things to me that just don't make any sense. One of the reasons why I ended up going home that one day when I had an anxiety attack is because she just kept saying dumb shit after dumb shit. I just did not have time to process the dumb shit she said yesterday, the day before that, or day before that, and she was on one this morning. I don't know what was going on with her. But like one of the things that she kept saying to me was like she would ask me like what I would do like at home, which is none of her business, and I would just make up a generic answer like, oh, I would just go home and paint. And she'll be like, well, while you're at home painting, you should be watching videos on dentistry and like look up these procedures before the patients come so you're gonna be more familiar with it, because I need you to be a better assistant and blah blah blah. And it's like, it would make sense if she was telling me to watch procedures on things that are like everyday common things, like x-rays or composite procedures, or get familiar with crowns or whatever, like, because I'm still new to the industry or whatever, but I had worked there so long that I was already familiar with those things. She was like that about this procedure called alveoloplasty, which has something to do with Invisalign, and it was a patient for the next day, and she was telling me that I needed to, before I go home every night, look at EagleSoft, check out the next day, and take a picture of it. If there's any procedures that I don't recognize, then I need to go home and go on YouTube and look it up and figure out how to assist her on that procedure and everything, when it's like she should be training me on that. And the reason why I didn't know how to do that one is because she had like the other assistant is the one that usually assisted her on that one. She has more training than I do because she's literally a dentist in a whole other country. So she usually does that with her. And that's like usually the only person that works with her on that procedure. So like it just didn't make any sense. And there's some other things she told me like YouTube, but it was like things that would require a whole ass continuing education class for, that she like needs to pay for or like pay me to do, or offer training for that in-house. And I was like, no, I'm not gonna go home and watch YouTube videos about work when I'm already sick of work to begin with. Like, what? No. Or like, there was one time she asked me like what I was doing this weekend, and I just said, oh, painting. I just made up a generic answer. And she was like, oh, nothing about, I said I was watching YouTube videos, and she was like, anything about dentistry? I was like, no. Well, you should be watching videos about dentistry. while you're at home watching YouTube so much, you should be watching things about dentistry. I'll be like, first of all, I was on break. Second of all, it's none of your business what I do in my free time. Second of all, you're not. And third of all, you're not about to tell me what I should be doing in my free time that benefits you and only you. She's like, well, while you're at home painting, you could be watching videos about dentistry. And, like, while you're at home putting on deodorant, you could be watching videos about dentistry. And, like, you could be multitasking and all this stuff. I'm like, I'm not doing any of those things. If I'm just putting on deodorant, I'm going to put on my deodorant. And I'm about to turn on my phone and click on a YouTube video and then put on deodorant. Like, that takes more time and it's kind of productive. And I'm not about to do all that. That made no sense to me. Like, no. So yeah, it was the boundaries for me. It was the way she kept trying the ever-living fuck out of me. And I knew that if I did not leave that place when I did, I would have completely lost it. She would have gotten cursed the fuck out. Because I have no chill at this point. My level of respect for her has just went out the window. Because her level of respect for me is literally non-existent. So why should I have that towards her when I don't receive that back? This is a two-way street. This is a relationship. I respect you, you respect me. We're both adults. And there is no need for any of this nonsense. Like, none of this nonsense. So, you know, if you're working in a toxic place and you feel like you can't leave because you're new to the industry and it would look bad in your resume and, you know, like it's really hard and you're struggling financially, not everybody's able to leave due to mental health issues. But, you know, if you are able to, please leave. Please value your mental health and well-being. And don't let people pressure you into doing things that you don't want to do. Don't let people try to disregard your consent. Don't let people walk all over you. Don't feel like you have to be obligated to do something just because somebody asks you to do something and you work with them, especially if it's a continuing trend. You know, you start having problems in a workplace like this, start applying to jobs soon as you notice those red flags build up. Don't wait until you're driven to the point of an anxiety attack and you have to go home because you can't function. Don't wait till you get to your breaking point and you have to leave before you're financially ready. I kept trying to I knew that I was getting to my breaking point, but I kept trying to push through. I kept trying to wait until I found another job. I kept trying to wait until I was able to save enough money. I kept waiting until I had enough money invested into certain things. I kept trying to wait until like the 1 year mark so that I don't look flaky on my resume by only being there for a few months. I tried to wait until after I was able to use that job to pursue continuing education opportunities. I tried to wait until I was in a better position. I tried to wait until everything was perfect to leave. But since I left that place, I've already had one working interview. I'm scheduled for 3 interviews next week. And dentists continue to contact me every single day. And I'm able to apply to other jobs. And like, nobody has treated me the way that she does. And the environments are so much better. There are some places that are way better technology. They take way better precautions, and the employees are happier. There are places that are a lot more well-rounded and balanced because there's like multiple assistants and everything. So like you may feel like you can't do better, but you can. The post, like whenever I've left a toxic situation that I was afraid to leave for whatever reason, once I left that toxic situation, once I left those toxic people, once I left those toxic jobs, newer and better opportunities open up for me. Like I left toxic people and then I met some really awesome people that I would not have had a chance to meet if I didn't let go of those awful people. So I'm just trying to like trust the process. Life is a journey, and just, trust that I'm going to find something else soon and that I'm not going to be in dire straits. I wish that I did not have to leave when I did. I wish I could have left under better circumstances. I wish that I would have been able to put in a 2-week notice. I wish I could have waited, but I literally could not do it anymore. And I'm sick of being told that I have to suppress all of these things that are upsetting me so much for the benefit of somebody else that doesn't care about my benefit and what's going on with me. I'm just so sick of it all. Like I literally am physically sick of it. I looked up the symptoms for burnout. It's a lot more serious than I thought. Your immune system can be lowered. You can be more susceptible for infections and illness. It can impact your mental health long term, depending on how severe circumstances would be. You could experience some PTSD symptoms. It could affect your concentration, your sleep, and everything. And I've been experiencing all of that, and I don't want to be in that place. Working at a different office for a working interview, I was so amazed at how fast and efficient everything was, and how smooth the day went. I was like, wow. I'm reminded of why I actually like the career that I'm in. It's not the career that I need to leave, it was the place. But yeah, it's the boundaries for me. There are so many other things, but this video will literally go on for hours if I touch base on every little thing. But yeah, like, don't be around people who don't respect your boundaries. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this content. I hope that you're not able to relate to this content given the nature of the video. But if you are, there is hope for you. There is support for you. And I'm confident that you're going to be able to find better opportunities and meet other people when you leave your toxic situation. Yeah. I'm still recovering from getting to my breaking point. It hasn't really been enough time for me to have PTSD because all this happened within the week. But I definitely feel that. I hope you guys enjoy this look. I did the wire wrap space things that you can't really see because I'm tall and I'm sitting on the floor with a short tripod. So I was like scrunched for you guys to see these things on top of my head. I made these um, for this gold look so that I could have something to match these earrings. But yeah, gonna show you guys up close. Okay, so I found these little bronze jack-o'-lantern things. I already have some of these in plastic, but they're like orange and green. And then I attached it to this wire wrap thing that I made. And these beads are technically not for your hair, but they're mainly for like making bracelets and jewelry. But I made my twist so small that these fit my hair, so I like them. They're like bronze, gray, and gold. These are just jump rings, so like just plain old gold jump rings. Let's see what else I want to show you guys. Okay, so I bought this. Okay, so quick thing. I bought this weird ass freaking palette from Glam Mirror. Show you guys this. Okay, so like this is how it looks. It's this weird ass gel. Like it's not even like a loose glitter thing. I bought it because the arm swatches looked pretty and it was like really falling iridescent looking on people's arm. So I bought it thinking it was gonna be like that, and I got it, and it wasn't sticking to my skin or anything. But I remembered that Glam Goth Beauty, Marley on YouTube, makes this diamond primer for her glitter palettes, and it was only like $5, so I bought it, and it works perfectly on my eyelids. So thank you, Marley, for saving my life. You're awesome. I would buy some of your glitter palettes, but I don't really wear a lot of glitter a lot of times, and I already own 2 glitter palettes that I hardly ever freaking use. So yeah, I do enjoy this, and I have the Glam Goth bag in black. It has like all my makeup in it. Yeah, like I have this in black. I do plan on buying more from her. Yeah. I got some of these rhinestones from Walgreens. I was not lying. It's like a jumbo pack, and it's like different colors. So that was fun. And then the rest of these I got from Michael's. Little things like this. I got the gold ones and like these. My other little dot right here fell off. But we're gonna work with it. I made this top, I want to say about 2 years ago, and it comes with like a matching skirt. Back when these kind of tops were really popular, and this fabric is unique because these two are literally the same fabric. Like, but this is how it looks on the inside out. You know, like literally these are the same fabric. So I really liked it. It's one of a kind. I only had like a yard of it, and this was like a fun summery thing. I attempted to do like a golden giraffe inspired look, and it's not looking anything like a giraffe or like a cheetah because I didn't have a dark brown water activated liner, so I just did brown splotches with gold around it. So yeah, this is my makeup. I'm gonna post some bomb ass pictures on Instagram because I basically only created this look and bought all this stuff because I watched Coming to America too, and I really liked the hairstyles from there, and I kind of wanted to like do it in my own goth style way, and a way that works for me and I feel comfortable. And because I got these earrings for free and I have to like take PR pictures for them, and I don't have anything that kind of matches a gold aesthetic, and I didn't know if I could like pull it off or whatever, I like did all this fun stuff. It was pretty fun. I feel pretty cute. I definitely will wear this look out and about. Let me know if you guys like these hair charms. I literally made these a few hours ago. So these are usually used for like when people have locks. I sometimes see people wearing them with braids, so it's like different things. So this is one device This is just jack-o'-lanterns beads. And these beads are literally for like jewelry, but they fit in my hair. But if you guys want them, if I can find this gauge of wire in black and like other colors, I can make like some spooky hair wrap accessories that are, you know, Afro goth friendly. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I just wanted to end this video on like a positive note and share something fun. Bye.